see the victory. I hear the sound. Everybody, tell somebody, this is my year.
This is my year.
This is my year. Everybody, this is my year. I'm rising high. No more delays. It's time to fly. I'll be all God has planned for me. Walking in favor and living free. This is my year. Oh, this is my year. This is my year. I'm standing tall. I'll do, I'll be, I'll have it all. No holding back. I claim my place. I move in power. I run this race. This is my year. Tell somebody, this is my year. This is my year. No more fear. No more doubt. I know what my life's all about. Doors open, chains are gone. I step in faith. I'm moving on.
God bless you. This is Bishop Shammah, Womack-El, and I am your POW, your prophet of wholeness. You know, in the scriptures, it says, the Apostle Paul actually said that he would that our whole spirit, soul, and body, whole, W-H-O-L-E, that our whole, entire spirit, soul, and body, that it would be preserved blameless. That means that God is concerned about the totality of who you are. Every aspect of your life, God is interested in it. Not only is he interested in it, he invested in it. Now, here's the thing that we need to begin to reflect on. How are we either investing in our moments or in our days or our time? Do we know our why? Are we functioning in our purpose? Are we embracing our destiny and walking in our assignment? The thing I love about God's word, it's a compass. It helps us to navigate where we are to where we ought to be. A lot of times we are wasting precious moments and we're wasting time in the mundane things of life that actually does not matter, and it does not make our life significant. The greatest tragedy in life is wasted time. I've worked in pathology for years. I've worked also in the funeral home, in the funeral business for years. I've done everything from autopsies, assisting in autopsies as a diener. I've done everything from embalming, and I've seen corpses from little babies to the elderly. And this is the thing that I've come into awareness of, is that you are allocated a certain amount of breaths. And after this, it's the judgment. What am I saying? You have an expiration date, which means You don't have time to waste. I was walking the other day, and some of you might have seen my live stream, and I began to make some notes of what the Spirit actually gave me. And this is why we call this POW Gems. I want to actually give you some of these, and you can go back and watch some of the live. But I want you to begin to contemplate on this. I want you to begin to reflect on this. I want you to begin to focus on this because it's so important. You're spending your life on a cell you don't want. You're spending your life on a cell you don't want. You're making deposits in things that you will get no return for. You're giving people time or pieces of your life that you cannot get back. The greatest tragedy in life is wasted time. And yes, I could talk about this as a master teacher because, yes, I have wasted time as well. But one of the things I've learned is I trust the one who created time. And he created time not from the rim of time, but he created time from eternity past, eternity present, eternity come. He's the endless one. He's the placeless one. He's the nameless one. He is the immutable, the omnipotent, the omniscient God. Abba, my Father. And he let me know through his written word, the Holy Bible, the only complete comprehensive revelation of God to man, and said this: redeem the time. Oh, I'm so excited. Yes, I'm guilty. I've wasted time. But he also said, redeem the time. And some wise man in the Old Testament said, teach us to number our days. Teach us to be more intentional. Teach us to be more conscious. Teach us to be more aware of our days, of our moments, of our seconds, so that I won't sin against God and against myself, so that I will take these times, these moments, these seconds as precious because everything counts. See, the richest people aren't rich. They're just better at not wasting time. Oh, you missed that. The richest people aren't rich because they're not just rich. They're just better because they don't waste time. You find poor people are constantly reflecting on woulda, shoulda, coulda. They're constantly thinking of what they could do, but never even attempt to do. See, most people are busy, but not effective. Most people are busy, but almost nobody is building. If it won't matter in 5 years, why does it own you today? These were things that I was saying while I was just walking and doing what is called a power walk talk. And I just wanted to bring it back to you because sometimes we forget. A lot of times we let things waste our time. 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. And before you know it, here's 30 years later. And you're still in the cycle of that same thing. That's why in the book of Deuteronomy it says, why are you just going around this mountain? Been doing a series every Wednesday of getting unstuck. Here's something you need to contemplate on and be serious and do a wellness, do a self-assessment and a self-wellness inventory. See, wellness is about looking at every dimension of your life. Wellness is about looking at every aspect of your life. Yes, look at your life spiritually. Look at your life mentally, emotionally. Look at your life physically. Look at your life materially. Really look at your life. Shammah, go get your mom. Tell her to come on up here. I want her to get in on this. and give her a mic. Your schedule is either a sword that's cutting you, or it's cutting to the point, or it's a noose around your neck. Uh, which is it right now? Are you even scheduling your life? Most people are looking, they say they want success, but they never schedule success. Success only comes into your life when you schedule success. Is she coming? Okay. So you need to get involved in scheduling your life because things are not just going to happen just because you hope it happen or you're a hoping and a praying. Success must be scheduled. If you want rewards, you must track. If you want the best out of life, you must measure. Because you cannot manage what you do not measure. Every yes you give is a no to something else. And what have you actually been saying yes to? And if you really begin to do measures and do scheduling and do tracking, just in case you don't know, that's the trinity of success. The trinity of success is measure. What you measure is what you meet. What you schedule is what will actually put you on the road to success. And what you track, you can begin to trade that which is totally unnecessary of what you do not need. So every yes you give is a no to something else. Are you saying yes to what really matters? Again, you're spending your life on a cell you don't want. And today, everybody is grabbing at you to get the current currency of your life, which is attention. Distraction is the tax that you pay for not knowing your purpose. Did y'all hear what I said? I'm going to say this again. Distraction is the tax that you pay for not knowing your purpose. Lady Womack, did you tell her I want her to come on up? Okay. N-O-W. I want my wife to come up and help in some of the things and the points that I was calling out today in my message. You know, people really aren't lazy. They're just committed to doing wrong priorities. And most of people's exhaustion isn't from work. It's from living out of alignment and not really living in their purpose. Lady Womack, you could just come sit right here. I did a message today. Come on, dear. Just come. Too much pause, too much gap. All right, sit right here. This is my lovely wife. Can y'all get her on the camera? Okay. All right, your mic on?
It is on.
Okay. So I talked about, I know you were downstairs doing a session, but I was talking today about getting off the ride. And people spend most of their lives at an amusement park. The amusement park, it's thrilling. There's a thrill, but there's no fulfillment. It's exciting where you're busy, but you always, no matter what ride, you always return back to your starting point. Then we went out of the theme park, and I took them to the pet store. Something animalistic. You know, we got a lot of animals. And one of the things I noticed that animals ride It's a hamster wheel. And some people are on a hamster wheel. A lot of effort, moving fast, got their heart rate up. But when it's all said and done, they just exhausted themselves. And we confuse movement with progress when simply there's movement but no progress. It's just exhaustion. What would you say to that?
Even the analogies you were giving, it seems like a lot of people might know what they're doing, but not necessarily why they're doing it, which is a lot of what we were talking about downstairs, is just the why or the purpose behind our living. So if someone knows that they have to get up, go make breakfast, get ready for work, go to work, see the same people, do the same job every day, maybe not even a fulfilling job, and then, come home or pick up the children or whatever they have to do in their evening routine, go to bed, same routine, next day, next day, next day. There's no fulfillment necessarily, because if there's not a real impetus or purpose behind doing it, it's just a routine. And we can get stuck in that routine, and it's till it becomes a rut. And we feel like we're not going anywhere, even though we're busy, we're tired, we're exhausted. We feel like we weren't just sitting around all day being idle. We were doing something, but was it getting you any further? Was it progressing you any closer to a goal, a target, a dream that might be becoming a nightmare because you're not seeing any progress in it? So that is where I think a lot of people are, is just, I know what I'm doing, but I don't really seem to know why, or it's not bringing me any real fulfillment, because I know there's better for me. I know that I have the ability to do better, or to manifest something maybe even extraordinary, or something greater than what I'm doing now. But because I have to do this, I have to pay my bills. So I need to go to work, is what people are thinking. I have to take my child to, dance lessons because they want to be a ballerina. I have to make sure I cook for my husband. They might have all these different things that seem like good things. I have to do this, I have to do that. And then at the end of the day, where's the fulfillment? Because are you doing something to, as I said downstairs, make your mark for the Lord, where you're actually leaving an impression and making your life matter to someone, because you're sharing your gifts, your talents, your assignment, your calling, your passion with someone, and making a difference in their life, even if it's one person.
Do you even know what you were born to do? Because it doesn't mean, that just because you're doing something, and you might like what you're doing, but were you born to do it? Because when you're born to do it, it takes out all of the waste of the next ride. Let's leave the pet store now. The hamster wheel, which is basically a thing of exhaustion. Let's leave the pet store and let's go into the theme park. A lot of you are on the merry-go-round. There's a scripture in Deuteronomy say, why are you still going around circles around this mountain? And some of you are like, why am I experiencing this again? Why is this happening to me again? Just going around, the horse go up and down. Why I keep seeing that same tree? Why I keep seeing this person with the camera? Because you're still going around a circle. This is in Deuteronomy, because the children of Israel, they were going around a merry-go-round. I'm like, man, it seems like we've seen this mountain over and over. All right? And then you're right back at your starting point. And there are a lot of people, even believers, unbelievers, they just go on a merry-go-round. Really going nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. What would you say about A merry-go-round. You ever been on a merry-go-round?
I have been on many merry-go-rounds in my own personal life, and I think when you keep seeing the same tree or the same rock or the same landmark,
I like that tree, the family tree. Just repeating certain patterns from the family tree. Alcoholism, divorce, obesity. But go ahead.
and that's exactly what it is. It's patterns, and yeah, I'm fairly, transparent about some of the things we've been through in our relationship and how we got to where we are now. And I remember a challenge we had, especially around certain like events or whatever. I don't know, like you said, it was moon phases and different things that seemed to affect holidays and like solar returns and different moon phases. And I know we're not the only ones. We've had other people share this with us as well. So maybe this will resonate with someone that is listening or watching right now. If you notice that you seem to, when there's like someone's, you all might call it birthdays, someone's, but we say solar return, when someone's solar return is coming up, or if you have like a big family event, say Thanksgiving dinner for the family, or you have just some big plans, and it just seems like there can be a time of like friction or contention, and maybe everything was going great before then, maybe not, but it just seems like those times can be especially difficult or challenging, and it's like a familiar spirit just is hovering around, the relationship, the household, the family tree.
Gets more intense.
And it gets intensified, and these familiar spirits are opportunists. They take these opportunities wherever they can get a foothold so that they can get in and wedge a divide between you all. So I remember that when you brought up merry-go-round and realizing I've been to this rock before. Like I saw this same rock. I remember the moss that was on the right side of this rock, and it had the little like split in it, and then the little grooves over here. I remember that distinct rock.
I've seen that. I've heard this argument before.
Exactly. So I remember, we just had a disagreement. This was years ago around one of our children's solar return. It was years ago. And I remember just, leaving the house, saying I'm going to go for a ride just to clear my head. And I remember getting to one particular area that we go to a lot. I remember this like it was yesterday. Getting to that area where I was driving, and saying, this is crazy. You got to stop this. You've done this before. And it doesn't work for you. Like, this pattern is not edifying. This pattern is not getting you the result you want to get. Stop this.
What is insanity?
Repeating the same thing or mistake over and over, expecting different results. It's repeating the same thing again and again. So going around the same circle, the same merry-go-round.
Merry-go-round. But
again and again.
it just ain't merry.
It's not happy at all. It's not merry. It's a miserable go-round. And so I remember having that distinct moment where I was like, this is stupid, and this is not going to get you anywhere, and this is not what you desire for you or your family. So cut this mess out and just go home. And that, praise God, to God be the glory, it never happened again. Now, don't think the enemy has not attempted to get in a foothold again, because he attempts to almost every solar return.
or Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's.
Without fail.
No, and
because what you taught, Bishop, was amazing, that we could all learn a lesson from the devil.
Yep. And what is that?
Satan comes immediately.
And what do?
We are slowful, we procrastinate, we delay.
Stay in our head.
We take our time, we stay in our head.
Never get ahead. Because we stay in our head.
But he's an opportunist, so he's always going to, and I'm not saying he's omnipotent and omniscient and omnipresent, because he is not. But him, his imps, his cohorts, whoever's on his team devil, okay, so those familiar spirits, whatever he has to use, they are going to be on the job. So they're opportunists. So don't think that just because we have now overcome that obstacle, which we have, the enemy doesn't attempt to get a foothold, because he does. But in realizing, I've been to this rock before, I've been around this tree before, this is not, I'm not making progress if I keep circling around this same tree or this same rock or coming to the same landmark. I've got to do it differently. And that's where we need to realize is that what you're saying about the analogy about the hamster wheel and the merry-go-round is there's a lesson to be learned.
Right.
And you have to learn the lesson so
Yeah.
you can graduate.
And the scripture says in Deuteronomy, why are you going around this mountain? It's time to go northward. Where's northward? Upward. So if you stand in the same thing, see, there's another. Let's leave the amusement park, the theme park, and let's just go to the recreational park. Now, first of all, it's telling you it's a park. Okay? It's a park, and many people park. They stay there. What's a famous ride in the park? Seesaw. What is a seesaw? It goes up, it goes down, never balance. Up, down, never balance. Up, down. I see people, you're a pastor. You see people coming in one day, oh, praise the Lord. Another day, they moping. You see them one day, they dress sharp. Another day, look like they just rolled out the bed with some pajamas on. Up, down, no balance. And so what would you say about that, the seesaw? See, we hit on the hamster wheel. We went to the amusement park. We hit on the merry-go-round. Now, the seesaw. Wow. Up and down, up and down. And we've had some things like that in our life, up and down. Yeah. And now we thank God we learned how to get into the balance because we got off the seesaw. The seesaw, you'll never get balance. Wow. What would you say about that?
Well, I remember the physical ride of the seesaw and how I always found it kind of boring because you're just up and down and up and down, and there was no excitement to it.
And the thing about it, it's so much energy that you got to use your feet and to get momentum to just be basically have no balance. It's so much energy. You notice that? And then you got to hope if you're somebody on the other end, you got to hope somebody let you down or let you up or whatever. Yeah. You got to keep shifting your weight.
That is so true. And I'm glad you brought up that analogy because of the seesaw, because not only did I find it boring and you're just going through highs and lows, but again, not getting anywhere. It just seems like such a stagnation. But I remember on the playgrounds where I grew up, children would think it's funny, and it was so mean that they would, while you're up high in the air, they would get off. If they got off while you're high and they're low, they're in control because they could just let you smash to the ground.
Which tells you, here's the problem with seesaw living. You got to be dependent upon somebody. You're dependent upon somebody.
That is very true. And this is a conversation I had with myself. I have a lot of conversations with myself, and I definitely, let the Lord deal with me in my devotion time. I take it very seriously. And I thank God where I am now, but I still am being perfected and got a long way to go. So I just was having a conversation with myself the other day about I'm a person of peace. I really do like peace. Like who I used to be, thank God, I am no longer that person. And I really do love peace. I love peace, peaceful environments. I love order. I love structure. And I just love serenity and harmony and peace. And there are a lot of people who are not in peace. And when you deal with these people who are not in peace, they will attempt to take your peace. It's the way they're used to doing things. They think it's normal. They think it's normal to talk to a person that way, cut you off while they're talking, not let you get a word in edgewise, or, just come in and just destroy your whole environment. And that, I realized something, like I said, I was having this conversation myself, is Don't give anybody that power over you to take your peace, because you still have the control of how you respond to a situation. A situation, you don't control the situation all the time. A lot of times you don't have control of the situation. Sometimes we do, but sometimes we don't. And in the case of the seesaw, someone being that you're high up in the air and they're just looking at you like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Because I remember those looks. They'd be like, while you're up there, I'm about to do it. And you can see they're positioning themselves to get off the seesaw while you're high up in the air, just for you to slam down onto the ground. And I mean, it hurts. It really, really hurts. I remember how that would hurt to just slam down to the ground, but we have to be conscious not to give anybody that power over us, that they control how you respond, take away a response, and it becomes a reaction to the situation instead of a response. And a lot of times people, match someone else's energy. I was in a conversation the other day, and it was like talking to, it was just.
You get a lot of that in the church, don't you?
You get a lot of it in the church, out of the church. I mean, people you just hope it's less in the church, because you hope that they're applying the word. But you get it in the church. You get it from people out of the church, as you know.
Yeah.
On behalf of you and the ministry, I deal with people all the time as a liaison and like a minister for His grace, for Bishop. So I'm dealing with people, service contracts and people who are doing, whether it's good services for the church, the house, the family, the ministry, the members. I'm always dealing with people to take that load off of Bishop. So whether we're negotiating different deals or things like that on behalf of the church, I'm always dealing with people, always, whether it's on the phone, email, text, or in person. I do this all the time.
Well, let's talk about what you said. Some people just like drama. Those are the people that are the roller coaster people. The roller coaster people love drama, because the roller coaster it's a thrill. It gives you a thrill, but no fulfillment. You don't know which way. The roller coaster, that's one of your favorite rides, the roller coaster. Lady Womack, she likes the roller coaster. I said, go ahead. Your insurance is paid. It's paid up. You go about the roller coaster. See, because Jesus said, lo, I be with you always, even unto the end of the world. Y'all know that, right? That's scripture. I'm in the Word. He said, lo, I be with you. So she likes, see, the roller coaster, you can go, so then it's like, and this is drama. Then it turns to the side, like, then it goes up again, and then it goes slow, and then a real deep, and see, some of y'all like drama. You know what I noticed in the church? Some people like being mad. Some people like, they like when you catch them when they're angry, mad, and drama. Those are roller coaster people. But guess what? Even when the ride is over, they're at the same starting point. And guess what? Yes, there was a thrill, but some people get ill. Some people throw up from the roller coaster. Still no fulfillment, because you right back where you started from. What would you say, since this is your favorite ride?
Yes, and the last time I went on it, I said I'm gonna stop going on it, because I know you
You
don't
can go
like
on it.
it.
The insurance is paid. The insurance is paid.
I said to myself, okay, maybe it is an unnecessary risk. I do like a little thrill with different things.
I'm sure it's a lot of people out there. They love the roller coaster. I'm not telling y'all not to get on the roller coaster. I'm just saying I ain't going. I'll pay all y'all insurance.
But you opened my eyes to some things that when I was younger, I thought were like so amazing. Like I used to swim in the ocean. And there were times like I'm amazed that I lived. Like I remember a wave came and overtook me, and I tumbled upside down a few times under the water.
Can I tell you why I won't go on a roller coaster? Now, I'm not telling people, I'm not starting a roller coaster ministry telling y'all not to get on a roller coaster. I like amusement parks. But for me, I know the enemy is looking for any kind of way to kill me. Okay? And this is my conviction. I know the enemy is looking for any kind of way that I would give him access to kill me where, boom, where I have no control, because I don't have control over that. And it might be a guy that's drunk that come in that day who hits a different speed or whatever that is not supposed to do. I'm just not giving the enemy no place until I know, and I still ain't giving no place. When I know my assignment is done, I fought a good fight. I finished my cause, purpose. Meanwhile, I'm not getting on things or doing things where I will give the enemy access. Now, this is I'll let you talk, but I could get on there and plead the blood of Jesus and all that, but well, I'm going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'd rather go ahead into a nice place and eat some good food and watch you on the roller coaster. Anyway, go ahead.
So
That's just me.
So honey, we've never shared a roller coaster experience before. So when you know your assignment's done, you'll go on a roller coaster with me. When we're about 110.
Well, my assignment is done.
110,
I ain't let the enemy kill me no matter what. Did y'all hear?
Well, I'm 110.
She ain't my wife now. She acting like a
We go on a roller
chick.
coaster together.
She ain't acting like my wife. Okay, your assignment done. Can we go to a roller coaster? Like, it's
experienced that
over.
before together.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Please. Ay.
Well, as I said, I'm gonna lay off.
Want me to take you to the amusement park? They open.
Yes, I'll go to the
I'll take you
amusement
to
park,
the
but I
amusement
won't go on roller coasters
You go on a roller
anymore.
coaster?
I won't go
I'm telling you,
skiing
it's
anymore,
paid.
and I won't go. And
It
I
sure
won't
isn't
go.
paid.
Well, maybe a bunny slope.
What's a bunny slope?
They're like for the children, like the beginners. It's like no.
That's not
It's
fun
not
for
dangerous.
you.
Well, no,
She like danger. See, some of y'all, see, the roller coaster. Some of y'all got the roller coaster life. You're not only like drama. You like danger. I'm a little different than you. I like the haunted mansions.
you do.
You see, because I know there's somebody behind the mask, and I punch him in the face. Or something. Actually, my father actually did that. Did I tell you about that? There was a Frankenstein. Yeah, it was in Wildwood, New Jersey. And a guy, I felt sorry for the guy. He was tall. You know, my father was short. My father, the guy came out the corner with a Frankenstein mask. And, you know, they had the lights that were blinking off and on real, like, fast. So it, like, impairs your vision. And my father said, and the guy went back. I was like, oh, Pastor Womack. I was like, wow. I knew he had street in him, but oh. I think Frankenstein went home that day. Seriously. I never told you about that. Wildwood, New Jersey. Oh, let's stay on course. See? That's distraction. But
This is just us. I gotta be us.
go ahead. You wanted to say something.
I was just gonna say that I'm going to minimize the unnecessary risks because it's not really worth it. Although they were fun and thrilling, skiing and
I ain't getting
swimming
on
in
those
the
skis.
ocean and
I ain't getting on those skis. I can see the enemy like, he on a ski. We're gonna make him a snowman. I'm like, nope. I got work to do.
I mean, theoretically, going down the mountain on
What's
two
his name
sticks
got
is kind of
killed
crazy.
on doing skis?
Yeah, Sonny Bono.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Sonny and Cher.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sonny Bono.
that was crazy.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
getting on those skis, especially up, Promised Land area, those ski slopes.
And Liam Neeson, I know you
And I
like
ain't
his
scared.
movies.
I'm just smart.
I know you're not scared. And we like his movies. Liam Neeson, he does a lot of action films like You're About to Be Taken. And remember?
He got killed?
No, his wife. He had an
Skiing?
actress wife, and she was
didn't
on a
know that.
bunny slope. I think I heard. I don't know if I'm telling this right. She was on
So
a
that's
bunny
the baby
slope,
one.
the baby one. But I think she fell back and hit her head.
Y'all see that? See, this is a word from the Lord.
She fell back and hit her head. And
Do not, those things you are not controlling. Though, that's just me. That's just me.
I don't blame you. But when you were talking about, like, some people, they have a thrill, as you're talking about the roller coaster, about coming in angry, mad, upset, whatever, and hoping you notice. They're attention seeking. They know they get attention that way. Instead of getting attention the proper way, well, let me get attention this way.
Do you think psychologically the reason why they practice that pathology is because they didn't get it from their parents like they should have.
That could very well
And
be
some
the case.
lessons might have been missed.
Yes.
Maybe father was absent out of the home, or maybe father was present but did not invest quality time.
Wow.
You know, that's one thing I have to do in my household all the time. I cannot let ministry interfere where I'm having some fun time, even if it's every day for just a few minutes, where I'm teasing Ephraim, I'm playing with him, I'm wrestling with him, Shammah, Shemayla, even you, because your first ministry is your household, and that's the only way you're going to hold on to your house. I think we get so distracted, because when you understand, I don't know if you heard, I think you were back there. Distraction is so potent today because people are detoured from their purpose. So they have all these other things that are distracting them. But if you are a father, all of you fathers, and I don't care how old your children are, especially if they're younger, do not be distracted from the purpose of fatherhood, and that is to have some quality time with your children. And if you're a husband, don't let your job, there's no job that's worth distracting you from the purpose of being a husband. Have quality time with your wife. I don't care if you have one day out of the week where you get the playbook out and you have a play day or a date time or whatever. Have quality time. This I thank God for my father and my mother who understood this. If you're a wife, very important, schedule time with your husband. You're a mother, schedule time. Don't be so busy that you let that sidetrack you from your assignment as a mother, father, husband, wife, especially those of you that are in ministry, pastors and bishops. There are a lot of preacher children, pastor children, PKs, they messed up. And I understand. And their children hate the church because you gave other children more attention than them.
That's very true. The other day, you and I had a meeting right in here with somebody sitting right in here, and you were gone for a few hours from the church. So when we saw you come back, Ephraim and I both went over to you and greeted you at the same time. I kissed you. Ephraim hugged you, and she said, "Oh, wow, you get two very nice greetings." And it's just something that we are so accustomed to doing. The whole household greets you as a practice. And it reminds me of the other day in prayer clinic, you were talking about prayer drills as one of the exercises. And if you do a drill long enough, it becomes second nature. It's like a muscle memory. And sometimes things might not start off as like a natural inclination, but if you make it up your mind to do it and make a practice of doing it, then it just becomes the norm. And people wonder, why certain people are close and then why certain people are not close. Well, there's habits that are being practiced to make you close. And then there's habits that can be practiced to make a wedge between you or make you not close. And so
I got one for you. It's like if you're constantly having sex, you're what? Constantly having sex, right? Right? Am I right? Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord Jesus. I know y'all watching, but if y'all learn something, I gotta tell the truth.
That's true.
And think about it. We don't leave the house until we not just only have sex. But we don't leave the house until
Kiss.
Exactly, right?
Yes.
And see, y'all need to know this.
Yeah.
And it's a common practice.
Yeah.
It's a common practice. Get up in the morning. My children, I want to get to the bathroom. They jump out the room. Everybody hugging my neck. I got to go to the bathroom. Hug me when I come out. Because we've been practicing that. What are your practices? What are your practices? Are you practicing The hamster wheel? Because your practice becomes your habit becomes your life. What are your practices?
Could you say that again?
Your practices become your habits. Your habits become your life.
Wow.
What are your practices? Is it the merry-go-round or the misery round? You know, what's your practices? You know, is it the seesaw? Okay. What's your practices? Is it the what's the thing that you like? Roller coaster? What's your practices? And if your practices is getting you right back to the starting point, you ain't go nowhere. You might want to adopt a different and a better practice. This is why we as coaches, we're really like life architectures. We are about redesigning your life. And we like basically using the best book, which is the Word of God, that has life-changing principles, not just to encourage, refresh, but to instruct us to a higher zone, northward. Why you keep going around this mountain? So that you can have the best life ever, the best life ever, the best life ever. And you can. But you gotta break up your fallow ground. That which is not working, be honest with yourself and say, this is not working. Yeah. What would you have to say to that, or anything else you would have to say?
You shared with the men.
I want to get into one of our practices, so I want to hear it lead.
Okay. I'll just share this then. You were sharing with the men about making time for your family, which I really, truly appreciate about you. Every now and then I write it down in my gratitude journal that I journal in every day, that I'm just really grateful of how much quality time we share together as a family, and how, despite how busy you can be in terms of all the different projects you have going on, and you're always pushing yourself to be greater and to go further in the Lord and on behalf of his, his calling he's given you, and to be a blessing to God's people, you still make time to just be silly with us, just have fun with us, maybe take us out if you see like we're doing a lot of work or whatever, and you're just like, hey, come on, let's go out, or just have time with us. And I really appreciate that. I mean, because that's what a lot of men will use as an excuse of why they don't have time for their wife or children, whereas you are intentional and deliberate to make sure that you take time for.
Talk about that, intentional. They help people to understand intentional for themselves.
Intention is what you set your mind to do. And so even though you may have many reasons or excuses why you don't have time, you make the time. You set aside time. If that means stopping everything you're doing. And it does not have to be long. Sometimes it's 5 minutes. Sometimes it's 5 hours. It depends on what it is. But you make sure you're consistent about it, to the point that, I mean, the children know you're into them. And that's a big deal. Like, a lot of fathers don't make it known that they see their children, observe them, care about them, support them. And see, it's a little twofold how sometimes, well, maybe threefold, and I'm going to explain what I mean by that. Sometimes children just see their father as provider only. Gimme, so I can, get a new football helmet, or we need to go grocery shopping or something like that, breadwinner. So sometimes there's that look upon them that way, right? So it's the child seeing their father in a one-sided way. Sometimes it's the father's fault because he's not doing anything more than being a breadwinner, because he's not making himself, I'm there for you, I'm your mentor, I'm your coach, I'm your teacher, I'm your friend, without having to say it, just doing it as you naturally do. And then the third way I say it's threefold is because the mother, the wife, has a great deal to do with how the children see the father.
Ooh, speaking to that, so help some women out.
The mother have a great deal to do with how the children see the father. Okay, there's the obvious way. What does she say about him? I'm being a little quiet right now.
You just like your father.
Come on now.
Now, what?
What does that mean? Does that mean he's wonderful? Are you saying you're just like your father? You're brilliant. You're a genius. You're handsome.
Or you're a bum.
Are
You're a bum.
Are you
or-
saying you're a liar? You're this. You're that. You know. You're like you said, a bum. You'll amount to nothing.
And you have to watch what you say to your daughters about her father. All right, because that perception will actually be an issue in her tissue, and she'll start perceiving men like that. And this is we have to address this another time, but this is what's going on today. They have lied to you over and over about basically how there are no good men, and that statistic is such a lie. Oh boy, I can't think of the name of the place. It's dealing with black. I don't even like that term, but it's the name of the website. I don't know if it's blackstatistics.com or black something, where you look up the statistics. You have, what is it, 51%. 51% of men of color are single and childless, and I think it's 64% are middle class. So the old lie from the 70s and the 80s is it doesn't live today, where most of the men of color are in jail. That doesn't apply.
Wow.
Are you hearing me?
Yes.
All right, that's statistics.
Wow.
So if you're living under that thing in the 70s and 80s, that's not true. All right, there are some good men, 51%, that are childless and single, and then what did I say, 64 that are middle class. All right, which means to be middle class, yeah, they have jobs. I'm talking about men of color. They have jobs. They're working. All right, so what's your excuse now? What's your excuse now? All right, go ahead.
So the mother paints a picture of honor. I'm going to talk about honor till the day I die, about honoring the father. The mother gets honored. That's not an issue, but it's honoring the father. And so how the woman treats the man in front of the children, talks about the man in front of the children, whether he's present or not, it really does set the tone, because a woman sets the tone in the household. And so one thing I'm grateful, and I wasn't even conscious of how important this was until I saw the fruition later. And you taught me, this was a rule that you established, and we started doing, like I said, drills. We always kiss before you leave the house, right? Always greet each other, kiss. So the children have always seen me go greet Dad. When he comes through the door, they always saw me go greet him. I wasn't like, laying on the couch and eating bonbons, and I hear him come in the door, and your father's home, whatever, and I just continue doing what I'm doing. Daddy's home? Oh. And they saw me. I would get up, go greet him, get his slippers, whatever the case may be. So unknowingly, I was training them to do the same thing. And now
And
it is.
you have a daughter, too, who will know how to treat a man.
Yes.
Just based on simplistics. It's not profound.
It's a very simple
It's
thing.
not deep. And the reason why some of you haven't done it, and then some of you are probably thinking, oh my God, they so old fashioned, etc. Well, we're married happily, and we have a happily
22
a happy.
years and counting.
How many years?
Going on 22.
Okay,
You're
me
20,
too.
right? Yeah, we're going on 22 years.
22
and counting.
years, right? So it works if you work it. But the culture today, even the church, is catering to the culture today. This false ideology.
Yeah.
You don't need a man. This has always been Satan's main objective,
Yes.
to take the man out.
Yes.
Even under President Johnson, this was this whole thing about, and this welfare thing. We'll give you more money if you just get the man out the house.
What a plot. I mean, because
And it's still
what they were
working today.
saying is like,
It's still working today.
what they were saying is black, and of course we don't use that term, but this is what they were saying. Black woman will take care of you We'll even take care of your black babies, but we ain't taking care of no black man. We are not going to help him. So he has to be out of that house. There better not be a hint of a black man in
So-
your house
so you
if you
have-
want money from us.
So you have no covering under God's divine structure and protocol.
Yes.
And once you have the man misplaced, out of place, then you can redirect and replace and disgrace your race. And that's what's been happening.
Wow.
You know,
Wow.
things are out of place. You know, and you
And-
have preachers that are actually even kind of pushing this, and even women preachers. As long as you got Jesus, you don't need nobody else.
Wow. Devil is
Then how
alive.
come God didn't tell us that from the beginning?
Yeah.
He said it's not good for man to be alone, which also included a woman. It's
that's
not
true.
good to be alone.
Right.
And
Well, you're right. If the man
Talking
shouldn't
about-
if the man shouldn't be alone, well, he's got to be with someone, so that the woman shouldn't be alone either. And going back to the Lyndon B. Johnson ousting the men out of the home, or he didn't do it. He told the women, if you want help from me, this is what you must do, right? And they're making that choice. Just like I was saying, in going to greet you at the door, every time you came through the door, for years, and the children seeing that and getting that message from me that dad is important, without me saying it all the time, which I definitely said, but me showing it, which is always more important, right, than saying it, that dad is important. Let's go greet him. The woman basically was showing the child silently that the man is not important. In this Lyndon B. Johnson plot, and whoever else supported it, she was, without saying these words, the man is expendable. He doesn't have to be in this home. As long as we have some money, we going to be okay.
but you know what else that really
And that
pointed to?
backfired.
Yeah. That's why you got so many women today. They have businesses, or they want businesses, but they don't have no man. Now they can get sex partners. They can get screwed all up everywhere. You know?
Sure.
But when it's all said and done, they have no man, no husband. See, anybody will bed you, but it takes somebody special to wed you.
That's right.
Okay? And it's not like, oh, let me find, what's out here. No, they'll find you. Anything that is, when you go to a department store, they have some things on the rack, usually the bargains are on the rack. But then the real things of value, where are they at? They're in a display case. All right? If you ever go to a real nice watch store, they have them. They don't have the watches outside on a rack or a counter. They're in a display case. They take one out at a time. You hand it back. They put it. I remember I asked the guy one time, why you only take out one? Because they're precious. But if you're just on the rack with everything else,
Wow.
buy one get one. Buy one get two free, or whatever. It's a different type of value.
Right.
And some of you will get offended at that, but if you actually ever adjust your attitude, you'll realize this will get you to the right altitude, because this is absolutely correct.
And something
You are
else
sister.
that's prevalent today is not only will a man have you bed, but he'll have you bread. There's a lot of baby making going on, but it doesn't mean he's going to wed you. So there's a lot of bedding going on, and they've been bred. I don't know, they might not like that because it sounds like a horse or something like that, But that's what's happening is there's the bedding part, a whole lot of baby making, at which, wow, it's just so sad for the children, because there's such, and we see so much confusion of identity. And I mean, I'm talking about across, in so many demonstrations of that, of people not knowing who
Say that
they
again.
are.
So many what?
Demonstrations.
Demonstrations. This is why we started Divine Connections, A lot of you been in the church for years, seesawing in relationships. Some of you merry-go-round, some of you roller coasters, some of you on a hamster wheel. And this is why we started the Divine Connections, so we can guide you and direct you properly how to make not a connection, but make a divine connection. You make connections, and then you disconnect it.
Wow.
See, when you know you made a divine connection, even when we were going through tests and trials and tribulations, it was what was divine, what was said, what was prophesied that
Wow.
said, you know what, in the midst
Thank
of
ya.
hell, in the midst of the fire, I have to continue to fulfill the desire and make this work. Because relationships are work.
Yes,
If
they are.
you don't want to do the work, you don't want a relationship, because a relationship is relating. There's a difference. And you have to make sure you start off divine. Because it's easy to make a connection,
True.
but can you keep the connection? So many people make a connection, and now is a disconnection. They don't want to have nothing to do with the person or whatever, because it didn't start off divine.
Wow.
We help you here to do what is called a divine connection. We basically show you how, check out people's profiles, go through X amount of questions. I think, did I tell you today, somebody actually just signed up from Africa.
That's awesome.
And I was like, you're not going to be able to be here. And it was like, I don't care.
Wow.
I want to just be connected so I
Wow.
can learn these principles and these things so I can have a divine connection.
That's awesome.
And he said, Prophet, I don't have to be there. I just need to be in it.
Yeah, and people, quote unquote, connect like online and stuff all the time. So that that doesn't have to be a deal breaker right now. And then they can get to the point, if he makes a connection with someone, divine connection, that they meet. So that's awesome. I think that's really beautiful, and I know that that's going to grow.
I'll let you have the last words to say to our audience. There's so many things. Y'all want to stay connected to this ministry. We got a lot of things coming that we're going to be doing to basically make your life so much better and to improve the quality of your life and really the excellence that you've been called to, so that you don't have to just keep going around that mountain. You don't have to keep entertaining the roller coaster. The roller coaster just represents instability. When we did our 100-day challenges, how
Yes.
people said something one day, and the next 2 days they changed it. Then the
Yes.
next week is something else. Then they right back to, the roller coaster life just shows the instability. And a lot of times people don't know, because they have been on a roller coaster so much, they don't even realize how much instability their life is.
Wow.
But I'm going to let Lady Womack go ahead and close out and give them a telephone number that they can reach us, and an email address as well.
Well, our phone numbers are 973-941-9400. That's my personal number. And Bishop, 973-873-8004. You can email us at bishop@bishopwomack.com. And we want you also to tune into our POW TV network and our POW University that we have up and running. And we are here really as facilitators to help you improve your life. Our slogan, our motto, our mission says improving people's lives, but we're not doing the work for you. We want to facilitate it for you. We want to show you how to do it. We want to give you the tools and equip you with the wisdom of God to be able to discover your treasure, because I know you have it in you, and I know that you're hungering for more than what you already have. We all do. But we want to help you and expedite that for you, and not just make it fast, but make it where it is meaningful and it is, like you said, divine. So thanks for tuning in. We want to see you more and more. And there are tons of other videos that you could check out, including this one. So thank you for watching this one. But we have many other videos. One of them I will mention to you is Overcoming a Pathological Life. You want to check that video out. It's going to show you how to get off the hamster wheel, how to get off the roller coaster, how to get off the seesaw, overcoming the pathological life. And one more video I want to share with you is I'm Built for This. You need to check that out, because all of us go through things we go through challenges and we wonder, how to be getting this fixed. But when you recognize you're not in this journey alone, it's so encouraging to know that you can get to the other side. So we'll see you at the next time. Peace and
I
blessings.
just want to say you look good. I'm just looking
You want
at
to take me home
I'm
and
gonna take you home and we'll have a prayer meeting. God bless you all. God bless you. Our Bishop Shammah, Womack-El, saying we go in one place.